The air hung heavy, thick with salt, secrets, and the promise of a storm. On the small island of Taloa, nestled deep in the turquoise heart of the Pacific, whispers traveled faster than the trade winds. Whispers of a betrayal so profound, it threatened to shatter the fragile peace that held the island together. A peace built on trust, loyalty, and the unspoken understanding of shared hardship. This wasn't a place for outsiders. Its beauty hid a history etched in pain, a past the islanders kept locked away, a silent pact to never forget. But memory, like the sea, has a way of churning up what lies beneath, bringing to the surface the wreckage of the past. And for Lena and Finn, two souls bound by fate on this tiny island, the tide was about to turn. The storm brewed on the horizon, mirroring the turmoil in their hearts. Each gust of wind seemed to whisper a warning, a foreboding echo of the truth that was about to unravel their lives. The truth about their families, their past, and the devastating consequences of choices made long ago. Taloa, a name that rolled off the tongue like a promise and a threat. An island paradise where the land kissed the sky and the ocean held the secrets of generations past. Life here was simple, governed by the rhythm of the sea, the whisper of the wind, and the ancient traditions that bound the community together. But beneath the surface of this idyllic existence, scars remained. The island bore witness to a history marred by conflict, a struggle for power that had left its mark on the land and its people. Generations had come and gone, carrying the weight of their ancestors' choices. Yet the echoes of the past lingered, whispering tales of both triumph and tragedy. The island was a living, breathing entity. It could nurture and protect, yet it could also unleash its fury with devastating consequences. Its inhabitants, bound to its fate, learned to respect its power and adapt to its ever-changing moods. For those who called Taloa home, the island was more than just a place. It was a part of their identity, a source of both strength and sorrow. It held their history, their stories, their very essence. Lena knew every inch of Taloa. Blind since birth, her world was a tapestry woven from the sounds of the waves crashing against the shore, the scent of plumeria carried on the breeze, and the warmth of the sun on her skin. She navigated the island's paths with an uncanny grace, her footsteps guided by an inner compass that saw more than any pair of eyes ever could. Finn, on the other hand, was a newcomer. He arrived on the island seeking solace, haunted by a past that clung to him like a shadow. Scarred both physically and emotionally from a tragic accident that had taken his parents and left him with a limp, he yearned for a place to heal, to escape the pitying glances and whispered rumors that followed him like a curse. Their paths crossed on the beach one afternoon. Lena, drawn by the sound of Finn's melancholic humming, and Finn, captivated by the ethereal beauty of her voice as she sang an ancient island lullaby. In that moment, beneath the vast expanse of the sky, a connection was forged, a bond built on shared pain, unspoken understanding, and a yearning for something beyond the horizon of their individual sorrows. Lena might have been blind, but she saw the world with a clarity that others, blinded by their own perceptions, often lacked. She felt the emotions that rippled beneath the surface, sensed the unspoken truths that lingered in the air. Her blindness had become her strength, sharpening her other senses to an almost supernatural level. She carried the weight of her family's legacy on her shoulders. Her grandmother, the island's revered storyteller, had instilled in her a deep respect for their cultural heritage, for the tales that connected them to their ancestors and shaped their understanding of the world. But she had also warned Lena about the burden of the past, the danger of letting old grudges fester and poison the present. Lena, despite her youth, understood the fragility of peace. She knew that vengeance, once unleashed, could consume everything in its path, leaving behind only ashes and regret. But she also knew the power of forgiveness, the healing balm it could offer to wounded souls. Finn was haunted by a silence of his own making. He had withdrawn into himself, building walls of anger and resentment around his heart. The accident had taken his voice, leaving him with nothing but a raspy whisper and a profound sense of isolation. He saw his reflection in the eyes of others, broken, incomplete, defined by his disability. Music had always been his escape, his voice when words failed him. The gentle strum of a guitar, the plaintive notes of a melody, these were the threads that held him together, the language through which he expressed the emotions he could no longer speak. But even music couldn't drown out the whispers of guilt and the yearning for answers that echoed in the silence of his own thoughts. He had come to Taloa seeking solace, a chance to outrun his demons. He hadn't expected to find it in the form of a blind girl who seemed to see him, truly see him, for who he was beneath the scars and the silence.